All right, guys, it's probably about, little windy. Take two. As I was saying, it's probably about time I do another video. It's been only probably a few days. No, I've just been a little bit busy. But today I was actually waiting to do 5.56 plus calibers. I do have a couple of neighbors that aren't super close, but close enough. It's a lot louder. So I was waiting for my suppressor to go through. I started that last October and I actually just got it the other day. So to kick off this a little bit different caliber types of videos instead of handguns, we're going to start off with the IWI Tavor, the X95. So I do have a can on it. It's from Silencer Central, the Banish 223. So I've only ran a couple rounds through it with it on there just to make sure everything was good. So I figured this would be a cool way to start. We'll go over the Tavor, a bullpup, so a totally different platform. We will get into AR platforms, a couple kind of unique things, AK style and whatnot. But let's start out with the Tavor. Okay guys, so that's a few rounds through the Tavor, again with the Banish 223 suppressor. I'm not going to touch it because it's super hot and that's already got me once. I do run that sleeve on there from time to time, but definitely takes away a lot of the crack. This isn't really a suppressor video, so anyway, let's get down to the Tavor. Obviously a unique platform and it's been out for a while. I know this is the second generation of them. So everybody kind of knows what bullpup is. I'm not really going to go over the details. I just kind of want to go over how it shoots and everything like that, and if I like it. So, quick backstory: I ended up coming across one of these. I've seen them years and years ago, but the price was just pretty scary, and they were around like $1,700, which I thought was a lot. I couldn't really get my hands on one to shoot one either prior, so I ended up picking this one up. I've probably had it over a year now. So when I went out to shoot it, I thought the recoil impulse was so unique and fun. Of course you're feeling a lot of it here. It just feels like a lot more centered and a lot more balanced in my opinion. A little bit wonky looking. No, there's not as much adjustment as there is on, say, an AR platform. But for me, I think they're so easy to control. Not that any 5.56 is really tough, but compared to some ARs, it's really, really fun recoil impulse, and I really enjoy it. As far as reliability goes with this guy, never had an issue, but to be fair, I don't really have a lot of issues with anything that's shooting 5.56 or 223. So that hasn't been an issue. Accuracy is pretty good. I noticed today, it's sighted in a little further, so I noticed when I was shooting, it was hitting kind of a bit low into the backstop. So obviously that's just something, I should be aiming a little bit differently, but that's another reason why I kind of don't use a lot of 5.56. I have a shorter range. I notice we're a little bit sideways here. It's probably making some of you seasick, at least making me a little bit woozy. So yeah, that's why I don't do a lot of that stuff. But as far as just a unique platform goes, this is right up there, at least for me. I know that Springfield has their Helion now out, and I want to say that's a little bit more expensive. I think that's a little bit uglier, but that's just my opinion. So when I saw this guy, I figured I had to pick it up. It's super fun. It's such a compact package, with basically the barrel length running all the way, about here. And I can show you there the chamber. I'll close the bolt for you so you can kind of tell. So that closes there, and this is where your mag goes in. You'd see that in the video. Side charging handle. on the left side, and I do believe you can change this over. If you're a lefty, don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure you can. It has some drop down sights here, just some irons. I don't really use them. I have the red dot on there, but just in case you want to use them, I did when I first got it, and they seem to be pretty accurate. As far as price goes, yeah, that's the biggest downfall. They are about, out the door, you're probably just under $2,000, which is a lot for any firearm. But I will say, I do think it's a lot of fun. Teach their own. It's one of those firearms I'll never get rid of because it's the unique factor. It's a lot of fun. As far as using a 5.56 for anything home defense, I think it's a great option. Obviously, there's more lengths to the barrel when I have the suppressor on, but without it, it's still 16.5-inch barrel, but with it being so recessed, it's much shorter of a package. So I like that idea. You still have some M-lock here on the sides. They're underneath this underneath this little slide, which you can slide off here, but I leave it on there. Some people switch that out for FDE or something like that. The pick rail on top and bottom, I run this foregrip because it kind of has an unnatural feel, I guess. I'm trying to think here. It's kind of weird with that on there, but yeah, it doesn't have a real natural feel for the forehand. So I just run this, and I don't even really hold on to it. I just kind of use it as almost a stop. So I like the feel of that. But yeah, as far as something really fun to shoot, and if you're not going to go pick one up, if you see one at the range, give it a whirl because they're a really, really fun firearm. So that being said, I'm going to try to get out, like I said, with some 5.56 videos. I actually picked up a Chris Vector. That's one of those guns that a lot of people think it's a big waste of money. A lot of people think it's one of the cooler things you'll see. So I'll get a video on that shortly. Yeah, sorry about the delay, guys. Been pretty busy, but I see the channel still slowly growing, and I appreciate that. So stay tuned for more.